All right, guys, how's it going?
What's up? What's up?
My name is Justin,
My name is Danny.
and we are RINGPOST.
RINGPOST, lock in. You know what I'm saying?
This is RINGPOST Ramble. Now let's get right into it.
Mind you, this is RINGPOST Ramble, episode 6.
Six. I think 5 was unreleased,
Could be.
but we'll get on it.
Yeah. Wait, it was.
Was it released?
Yeah, you did it that night when you came over to...
That's right, I did.
It is released.
Sorry, I got so many things going on. I'm sure
Yeah.
I'm not doubting that you guys got so many things going on. I'm just, I can't really focus so much on a lot.
We're gonna try our best to stay consistent. There was one week where we were both kind of sick. No, you were sick.
I was sick.
Yeah, you were out. I wasn't fully focused. I'm definitely I'm back in school and everything, but we're definitely gonna get back into it. We're gonna give you some news. We're gonna try to come up with different concepts too, to help build up the page and everything on Instagram, on YouTube. So
Listen, we're just starting.
yeah, we're just starting. We're learning.
Listen, this page a year ago was a faceless channel.
Now we got 2 faces.
Now we got 2 faces.
2 faces.
Yeet.
All right, guys. All right, so we're gonna move along. So we're here on RINGPOST Ramble. We like to talk about what happened on Monday Night Raw.
Absolutely.
So now the first thing that we're gonna be talking about is the show. Pretty much started out. They were in Ohio. Logan Paul came out. But you would think that the
town you're from would love you.
Would love you.
Listen, shows you how much the state that you're from.
He's Cleveland, Ohio. They were in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, yes.
They were in Cincinnati.
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 Yeah. When it just shows you how much of a POS you are when your own state don't love you.
One thing I will say about Logan Paul is that, yes, he has his moments where he's a POS, but I can't discredit what he does in the ring.
No, absolutely. Honestly, no, you can't, but it what really just sits in my gut that I just don't like the Paul brothers because... Yeah. The whole Puerto Rico thing.
Oh, yep.
That whole Puerto Rico. I'm sorry, we may be going a little off track, but this whole Puerto Rico thing, and his brother Jake Paul going by El Gallo.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. No, yeah. I understand fighting out of Puerto Rico and representing Puerto Rico because you're fighting out of Puerto Rico. That's where your gym is. That's where your home is. But my dude, you're not from Puerto Rico. You're not Puerto Rican. You're in a Puerto Rican gym. All right. Anyways, moving back to Logan Paul.
And that came from a Puerto Rican.
Moving back to Logan Paul now. He's also claiming that I think it was 2 weeks ago that he claimed I'm the only man that beat Floyd Mayweather. You didn't even beat Floyd Mayweather. But
get it off your chest.
I will say you are. He is pretty good in the ring. He's athletic in the ring. He's very entertaining in the ring. And as a heel should, you gotta hate him. Yeah. But I always gotta say my favorite heel is Dominic.
Right now.
I hate him, but I love to hate him.
And that's how you know they're doing a great job. Exactly. That's how you know that Dominic's doing a great job.
It's like those movies, anytime you see this one actor, it pisses you off.
Yep.
That means they're doing good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I think that's the beauty of pro wrestling is that you have a character here that's going to make you hate them, but every time when they come on the screen, you're just like, bro, I just want to throw something at you. Yeah. But they're doing a good job. So we're going to go back to Logan Paul, and obviously he was going off about the Elimination Chamber, which is happening this Saturday. I'm excited to watch it because I think everyone's curious on what's going to happen in that chamber match. Now, mind you, we still even have to talk about how, who's going to win this chamber match. I don't know who will win this.
It's like picking a name out of a hat. It's really random, who would win. Like you said, we've went over scenarios where we said John Cena might get this, but then we're also but we still got Money in the Bank.
Right.
We still got Money in the Bank for him to get.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't necessarily need to go into WrestleMania.
Right.
There's some other people that are in that match that still need to hit WrestleMania.
So Damian Priest already had his Mania moment.
Yeah, he had his Mania
did the
moment.
cash in last year. Drew McIntyre already had his Mania moment, but the thing is that he had it during the pandemic era.
That's probably why, like, you know, they may steer towards Drew, but story is leading highly unlikely.
Yeah, very. Seth, like, I think it would be great to see Seth and Cody at Mania, but I don't think the story is going in that direction.
It's not going in that direction.
It's not. I feel that. Okay, so remember how we were talking about the triple threat match?
Yes.
Like Punk, Roman, and Seth. If Punk loses this chamber match, then it's going to be the three of them.
Yeah.
I don't think that's happening.
No, I think they had that idea.
Yep.
But they definitely scrapped it.
But here's the reason why I say that. I think Punk's going to win this chamber match.
I'm leaning towards Punk too.
I think Punk's going to win this match, and then we're going to get Seth versus Roman.
Soap versus ramen.
Ramen. But I think that's what's going to happen. And mind you, a lot of people are speculating too. What if the whole thing of Rock coming into onto SmackDown and talking to Cody about, hey, I want your soul. Maybe that was just an idea. Hear me out. Hear me out. What if it was just an idea, like to plant the seed, but it wasn't for Cody? What if someone else is gonna sell their soul to The Rock? What if it's John Cena who finally does his heel run?
I would love that, but the only thing that's steering me away from that is the continuity from WrestleMania 40.
Okay.
Where after the Raw after WrestleMania 40, The Rock was foreshadowing this moment where he had told Cody that he is, quote unquote, my champion.
Okay.
You know? So that's why I feel like they're leaning more towards, because they're all about long storytelling.
Right.
You know, and I see that being more the factor. I would love to see a John Cena heel run.
For the last time.
And
I think a lot of people would love that.
I would love to see that. But I would also love to see Homelander.
I think that's also going to happen too. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. What happens. One thing I will say about the Chamber match, it's we can't, like, even though I say Punk, but I feel like Punk's not going to win it. I don't know. Like, I said he was going to win it, but now I'm like, who would win it? Who would? But we're going to wait until Saturday. We're going to wait until see what happens.
I would be pissed if Logan Paul wins it.
A lot of people will be pissed, to be honest with you.
I would be totally pissed.
That'll be a Mania match against Cody for the title. Like, I don't think storyline, like, if that happens, and, like, remember how I said, too, a while ago, was, like, what if Cody turns heel at WrestleMania? It wouldn't make sense for him to turn on Logan Paul. It would make sense to, like, have that heel turn happen with Punk or Cena or even Seth. That's
why it's like those are the top three.
Yeah.
Those are the
top three choices. Yeah. So we're gonna move forward. We did get the sneak preview for Rhea versus IYO next week.
Yes.
And so that will determine on who's gonna go to WrestleMania, and then obviously who wins the Chamber will face them at WrestleMania. So I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad that
I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that because honestly, me, I'm going for IYO. I love me some Rhea, but I'm going for IYO.
Yeah.
I'm going for IYO because Rhea, you done messed up. You done messed up trying to help her out. You know, yeah, she definitely did needed the help, but you let your emotions play into it, and you attacked Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
When you knew that was gonna be a disqualification.
Right.
It's not your first rodeo. You know what I'm saying? But I'm very excited for the Rhea versus IYO SKY match.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that to see where it's gonna lead for the storylines and everything for WrestleMania. So going into that, we can actually now start talking about the New Day versus LWO.
The New Day, the New Day.
I was gonna say it.
The New Day.
New Day. still will say their theme song is pretty dope.
Yeah.
I will never get over the fact that they have Majin tattoos.
Yeah, that's the thing that like still like makes me lean towards them because they're such big Dragon Ball fans.
Yeah. And it just makes sense too, as it does. The characters.
You guys just got them tattoos, and it just fits into the storyline. I guarantee you, not a lot of people peeped that.
No,
not a lot of people peeped that.
Only a few people, a few people will be like, I know that tattoo and I know that symbol, but it just goes very well with
new name, the Majin Day.
The Majin Day. You better.
WWE.
The Majin
royalties.
So let's talk about the match. Against LWO.
I wasn't a fan of it, to be honest.
I mean, I was gonna say the same thing. I wasn't a big fan of it. I feel like this storyline with LWO and New Day is just, I don't really enjoy it, and that's okay.
It's just making the only thing I like about it is that it's just making the New Day stronger and being hated.
Yeah. But it also doesn't make sense too to put like you're feeding LWO to them. Meanwhile, LWO is constantly getting kicked to the ground. They're not getting the respect.
I would like to see New Day versus Judgment Day.
Yeah, I mean, two heel factions going against each other.
But it'll be who would be the better heel? You get what I'm saying? That's what I would like to see.
Yeah.
I don't want. We got this. We always got this traditional baby face versus heel. Mm-hmm. Why not a baby face versus a baby face, a heel versus a heel?
I mean, I think they've done that in the past a few times too.
But they're not. This is something. I feel like something like this would grasp more than anything. You know.
I think they're trying to find what sticks for them. Like I think even though with the whole injury of Big E, they were trying to figure out what they're going to do with them. But what I will say is that just stop with the LWO. To be honest. Just drop the name, if anything. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, you guys got the tattoos on it and everything like that. That's amazing. We appreciate it, but
build yourselves up.
Yeah, man.
Build yourselves up, and maybe in the future, 5 years from now, 3 years from now, bring the faction back.
But bring the faction back as a heel faction.
That's what because they're LWO.
LWO faction.
NWO wasn't babyface.
No.
They weren't babyface. So if you're going to use the reference, stick with the reference.
If anything, the LWO should have been Legado. Which I think, I feel like that should have been that should have been LWO.
Yeah.
Legado del Fantasma should have been LWO.
Yeah.
Because Santos is amazing, and I think him being the leader of LWO would have been fantastic. But because of the fact that it was Rey Mysterio, and of course it was Eddie Guerrero's legacy, I guess he wanted to carry the torch for that, and it's just not working. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. But
they need to keep the heel. They if they really want to honor Eddie Guerrero, they need to keep that heel thing going. Mm-hmm. I lie, I cheat, I steal.
Unless the Judgment Day is like, yo, let me absorb LWO. Now you're under my control, and then obviously Dominic would be like, I'm gonna honor this group as it should be. I'm gonna honor my father.
Yeah, my real father.
So speaking of Judgment Day, we had another segment where they're backstage. They're doing their thing, and obviously they were preparing. Liv and Raquel were preparing for the tag team match later on at night, but we're still getting this. They're still butting heads. Dominic and Finn are just butting heads right now.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna keep saying it, bro. Finn's gonna get kicked out.
Did you see what was teased?
In the background, we saw.
Did you see what was teased?
The demon.
Yes.
The demon.
Yes.
But mind you, he's been also teasing it on Instagram as well. Like he would repost a lot of fan art and everything. But that's what people want, though. Finn has been getting such a losing streak that we're just like, what are you gonna do? And then mind you, Dominic keeps talking about a new member.
What if that's the new member?
The demon?
The demon. What if the demon's the new member?
The demon's the new member. The demon
and Carlito goes, you look a lot like. You know what? I'm not even gonna say it.
Yep. Carlito, man. He's such a comedian.
A yellow one. That got me.
Yup.
With the apples.
Yup. He just knows. He just knows. His delivery is so great. Because everyone else, they try to be serious, but Carlito, he just be like, I'm just gonna do whatever I want.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's a good balance that they have in the Judgment Day with them. So moving forward, we have Gunther coming in, but he's coming in to the ring in ring attire, like he's gonna wrestle someone. So I was like, okay,
Gunther the bully.
Yeah, man, because what he did in that ring that was wild. So Gunther came out in ring attire, grabbed the mic, and was like, I have a challenger. I handpicked this challenger. Akira Tozawa.
Because we both came from the mud. This, that, and the third. Yeah, okay, I get it. Both of you were fat. You guys did what you had to do to stay in WWE. But come on, man. He's a cruiserweight.
But I think he did it on purpose.
Because he wanted to bully somebody.
He wanted to bully somebody. But it was also the showcase of what Akira is capable of doing.
Oh, yeah.
So I was happy to see Akira do his thing. But because the match ended like what, in 3-4 minutes or so?
Yeah.
It was like, come on. But then on top of that, Otis came in. He was doing his thing. So I was like, all right. I just don't. Again, that's another faction or another group that's just like, getting kicked to the curb because they got out of the storyline with America.
What I do like about them is that they're still in the background. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like when Gunther walked in and they were doing their little TikToks and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
Hilarious.
That was hilarious. But yeah, I think Gunther doing that, and obviously Jay came out, helped out and everything, so that's building up to WrestleMania. And again, he does what he can with the crowd, man. So I think they're doing a great job with that. So we're gonna be talking about the next part where, I guess they were bringing up the Michael Cole interview that he did with Logan Paul. Mm-hmm.
With his buttons sticking out
and everything, and I thought
those 3 buttons were fighting for their lives.
See, but this is the thing, though. We weren't able to get something like this in the last regime.
No,
not at all. Like you can tell right now that Michael Cole is having the time of his life, and on top of that, you got Pat, who's essentially like helping out with that.
Absolutely.
Pat is that light to Michael Cole. And Michael Cole is getting the flowers that he deserves now. Pat
is that little push start that this new regime needs. Mm-hmm. Because, being a ex NFL star and being a sports analyst and having his own show on ESPN definitely plays out into being a wrestling fan.
Right.
And being able to break down these matches. Better than Jerry the King Lawler.
You know what? Listen, you said what you had to say, and I'm agree with it.
And I think better than JR. My God, golly goodness.
By God. Austin, when every time when Triple H comes up, Triple H, that son of a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, he's entertaining. I do love me. Like, don't get me wrong, I do love me some JR, but
it just gets to a point where yes, those were the voices of our time, but we're getting older and there's a new generation coming up and watching this. So Pat and Michael is that.
I'm glad we don't have Jonathan Coachman.
Oh.
I'll tell you that much.
I remember that.
I have to tell you the story that I when I was a little kid, my mother and stepfather used to take me back home to my grandmother's. Mm-hmm. And we was in Taco Bell in Penn Station. And there's this bald guy standing in front of us. And I look down. Excuse me. And I look down and I see his little rolly duffel bag. It has a WWE logo on it.
Nice.
So me being a little kid, I stepped past him and I went like this. Mom, it's Jonathan Coachman. He did not even turn around. Nothing.
My man just wanted to go home or something, but you called him out like
Called
that.
him out, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's why he left the company. He's like, I don't want to do no more.
Yeah. But anyways, honestly, I loved Michael Cole even in the Vince regime.
Yeah.
Because he was the underdog commentator.
Yes.
They always kind of pushed him to the side and stuff like that, but look where he's at now.
He's top. He's top. He's the big dog.
Yes, he is.
And
Agreed.
I'm very happy for him. And the day that he gets announced to go into the Hall of Fame,
I can't wait.
I can't wait. I think that's going to be great because we're seeing in this new era, it's
a slew of people just being thrown in there, and honestly, I don't know why Triple H has never been in there yet.
Yeah, and I think that this one's gonna hurt.
Even Michelle McCool.
Yeah,
even Michelle McCool.
That should have happened before.
Been happened.
It should have happened. But I'm excited for the Hall of Fame because
I can't wait.
Because the one with the Undertaker was definitely
it was emotional.
Yeah, it definitely.
And that's when I switched my ringtone. My ringtone has been like this for about 3 years now.
Yep.
Just the Undertaker.
Yeah. So
just
now Triple H too. It's like, man,
yeah,
we're really getting to the point where the people that we grew up watching, they're not retiring. They're going to Hall of Fame. The day that the Hardys going to the Hall of Fame, bro, I'm gonna lose it.
I can't
wait. Lose it, bro. I'm gonna lose it. But speaking of no, I don't even know how to segue this.
Well, go ahead. Well, you was trying to go
trying.
into Hardys and NXT. I already know.
I don't.
This is the Ring Post Ramble. We cover Raw on Mondays, but although yes, that was a great match.
Was it?
That was a great match.
I have to still watch it.
You gotta watch it, dude.
I have to watch it.
You gotta watch it.
But we'll definitely there will be a moment where we can definitely touch base on.
We'll be able to,
We're just navigating what we can do, but we definitely gonna touch base on NXT and SmackDown, so we're gonna try our best there. So, moving forward, we're gonna be discussing Dakota versus Lyra Valkyria.
I'm sorry, Lyra.
Listen.
I'm sorry, Lyra. You need to go.
I won't say go.
You need to not be champion.
I get why they're doing it.
I get it too. I do, but did you hear her pop? Because I didn't.
No.
I heard more of a pop for Dakota.
There's no connection.
No.
There's no connection yet, and I think that's the problem.
But nonetheless, it was a great match.
Yeah.
It was an above decent match.
Yes. Maybe because it's such a great match, it's essentially they're trying to put that connection for Lyra, and that's why Dakota was in there.
Absolutely.
Dakota being a veteran at this point was probably like, listen, I can help put you over.
Dakota Kai.
But as a fan, I really wanted Dakota to win, and she lost. But maybe it's building up to something.
Building it up.
Maybe building up to something even more. Like, listen, we said it about Jay.
We did. I'd rather see Dakota as the U.S. champion.
So on SmackDown.
Yeah, I'd rather see as the U.S. champion.
They wouldn't do that though. They wouldn't split up Damage Control. I mean, actually, you know what? They would. Yeah. I think it's time for them to go their separate ways, so EO can go, do her thing.
They already had their turn.
Yeah.
And what is it? Just Dakota and EO right now?
Yeah, and both Asuka and Kairi, they were injured.
They're injured, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. Let's see what happens. So now we're gonna go on to the segment of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at the Chamber. This one's getting heated.
This is getting really heated.
Which, again, we know this rivalry has been brewing up for years now, and we're here. It's got the Chamber. Mm-hmm. But do you think that this is going to be a part 2? Like, they'll have the match at the Chamber, but do you think they're going to have a match at Mania together?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so, because I feel like Sammy's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy's going to win, and, KO's just not going to have it. He's going to be Crybaby KO.
Crybaby KO. You're not wrong.
At least it's not like Drew McIntyre.
Ooh.
He's definitely changed that though, Drew.
Yeah.
So he's definitely on a more straightforward path.
Which is good.
But Kevin Owens, he does like to, excuse my language, bitch about everything.
Mm-hmm.
I see this going in Sami Zayn's favor, and them going to Mania. I really do see that happening.
I think I see it happening too.
And I need to see a handicap match.
Oh.
Against KO.
Really?
Yes. With Sami Zayn and El Generico.
Bro. Oh my god. At first I was like, wait, who will be the second person? You're right.
Yeah.
El Generico.
El Generico.
El Generico might make a comeback. This might be it.
This might be it. Because that match was a great match.
If you're not familiar, El Generico and Kevin Owens. I don't think Sami Zayn was in the match at the time.
Well, it wasn't Kevin Owens. What was his name then?
Kevin Steen.
Kevin Steen
in Ring of Honor. I saw that match and I was curious.
That was a beautiful match.
Fantastic. It was
that was like you remember on PlayStation 2 they had like that backyard wrestling?
Yes.
That's exactly what it was.
Yep.
That's exactly what it was.
Yep. I think that was cool. So now, next we're going to be talking about the match that we had with
Tom and Nick
and Braun Breaker. What was your opinion on the match?
I mean, I liked it. But when it comes to Tom and Nick, I start to like drift off a little bit. And then he's going against Braun Breaker, so it's just like, again, that's a Gunther, Akira, Tozawa. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Not that Dominic is a cruiserweight, but he's a little bitch. To go against Braun Breaker, and there was just a whole bunch of different aspects on that match that I did like, but the way it ended
with the DQ
was typical.
Yeah.
It was a typical.
We knew that shenanigans were gonna happen with the Judgment Day. Yeah. No matter what.
No matter what.
But the shenanigans, though,
is what makes it.
Is what made it to believe that we had that moment with Finn and Braun. Made it seem like as if, okay, now this rivalry is gonna start.
Yep.
And is Finn going for that title? This is not the first time that we've been getting like little teases and hints of this Intercontinental Championship matches or something.
No, it's not.
AJ was part of it. Penta definitely showed interest in there. Now Finn Balor's going to do it. What if we get a massive match at WrestleMania, a Fatal 4-Way?
At WrestleMania.
At WrestleMania.
It's the Fatal 4-Way, but it's Cero Miedo.
Oh! I think that would be great. I think Braun would definitely hold up to that if it's that Fatal 4-Way with Penta,
absolutely,
Finn, and AJ Styles. I think that'll be great. I think that'll be fantastic. But again, is it gonna be where Finn goes for that title and then he loses, or is it just like
his losing streak
continues the losing streak, and it just, as a fan, I just need a W for him.
No, absolutely.
I just need a W for him.
I like him. I do like Finn.
Yeah, he just needs to go. He just needs to get that W for once at least.
But with AJ Styles there, and Liv Morgan, and what if Finn and Liv are just fake hating each other? Okay. And they get together. Now I'm not saying as a faction, but they get together.
Drop Dominic. Oh, so you thinking outside the box?
Yeah. I'm thinking long time.
That'd be interesting. That'd be an interesting turn of events.
Because remember, them three were a thing.
Yeah, they were like the somewhat Bullet Club.
Yeah,
that would be cool. Like that would. Cool.
They were the 22 caliber Bullet Club because it wasn't as big.
But that was cool. I remember that. I was excited when that happened. But I can also see Finn too. He's like, man, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I want to create something new. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a legacy that he held in New Japan, but he wants to do his own thing. So now we're gonna move forward to Cody Rhodes coming out. Cody Rhodes came out.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. He wanted to talk about what happened on Friday with The Rock.
Which we all needed. We all needed his commentary on that.
Right.
Because, but like I said, the long time storytelling on that whole issue, where The Rock said that you are my champion, and now he's saying I want you to be my champion.
Do you think he's gonna turn? Do you think he's gonna?
I think we're gonna see
Homelander, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, but remember, if you're not, I know you remember. This is similar to when Vince asked Stone Cold to be his corporate champion.
Ah, yeah.
So we'll see how this goes.
All these storylines build up because remember there was corporate Rock.
Yep.
There was Stone Cold at WrestleMania 17. Mm-hmm. That's when it happened.
Yep. Mind
you, Seth also turned for the Authority as well.
Yes.
And that's when he destroyed Shield.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just great that they do that. They grab storylines from the past and try to like revamp it and everything. But I think that title is also weighing on Cody as well. He's starting to notice. It's like, I can't be this good guy to you guys anymore. Yep. Like I got some frustrations happening.
Yep.
And it's gonna happen. So Seth comes out.
Yep.
And then he like tells him flat out, like, listen, I was with you at 40. All right? I was with you at 40. And I'm gonna be with you until the end. But just know, I'm gonna win the chamber. And I'm coming for you. And I'm coming for you.
I'm coming for you!
Oh my God.
Let me stop.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, and I think what Cody said too was very interesting. He goes, but The Rock didn't come to you and ask for that because you already compromised.
Yeah.
When he said that, I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Cody. All right, I see where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's not for you. This is for me.
Yep.
And it's my decision. But it's going to happen at Mania.
Yes, absolutely.
He's going to turn out Mania. It's going to be the biggest, like, what the hell is happening?
They're teasing at Elimination Chamber. We're going to get our answer and stuff like that. I still don't think we're getting an answer.
No, absolutely
not at all.
Unless he's like, you know what, Rock? No, I'm not going to do it. But from Chamber to Mania, there's still some time. There's still time, and Rock is probably going to leave some breadcrumbs around and be like, hey, you know.
I guarantee you, we're probably going to see The Rock again.
Oh, absolutely.
On a trademark show, on a flagship show.
I think so. Yeah, I think so too. So now we're going to move forward to the last segment, which was the last match, which is something that it
was a banger. That match was a banger.
It was a fantastic match. 10 out of 10.
Banger!
10 out of 10, 5 stars out of 5 stars. It was great. So the match that we're talking about is Liv Morgan and Raquel versus Naomi and Bianca.
Yes.
Fantastic indeed. Match. But the way they were building it up was that
it's just pulling on our heartstrings.
Yeah, like as if Jade was going to come.
I thought Jade was going to come
I thought Jade was going to show up too and cost them the match, but they cost their own match.
Yeah.
But mind you, if we're going to look a little deeper, Naomi was the one that got pinned.
Yes.
And
yes.
she took the pin, and you can see in Bianca's face when they had the camera on her, she was just like, what happened? Like,
yeah. She don't know what happened because she was out of the ring.
She was out. I know you've been very heavy invested in this storyline, so I think it'd be great for you to be like, here's my...
So... yeah, Naomi, she was trying to for them to hold that title.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what was weighing her down was the fact that she did it.
Ooh, yep.
That she did it, and she's trying to blame these poor little girls from Judgment Day. I know I still hate them though. But just like Dominic, I love to hate Liv Morgan and Raquel.
Yep.
But Liv Morgan and Raquel had to win this match.
Yes.
In order for this storyline to continue.
To go through, yeah.
Because we're gonna get Jade, inevitably.
Mm-hmm.
It's inevitably gonna happen, and she's. I feel like she's gonna go to Naomi and be like, "You cost us the belts, you know, and I'm coming for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming for you." And then it's gonna drift off into a Naomi Jade thing, you know, and I feel like the whole Bianca thing is finally may go out the window,
right?
Or who knows? Maybe Bianca was the one that told Naomi,
"Go do this real quick.
Go do this real
like
quick
she's the
while I'm in my match,
so
that there's no breadcrumbs in my end, you know."
That they're gonna fall apart.
Oh, absolutely.
They're going to implode. Like,
absolutely.
It's literally going to happen.
Because, again, we all know that Bianca did not like the whole team up with Jade because Bianca loves the spotlight. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I love Bianca. She's a little narcissistic. But she's the EST.
Yeah.
And in order to uphold that, you need to be by yourself. Mm-hmm. You know? You can't be the best with somebody by your side.
Exactly.
You can't be the greatest by showcasing your moves and your tag team partner isn't in the ring for more than 5 minutes.
Right. It was kind of like as if Jade was kind of like holding her back in a way.
Yeah.
And obviously...
Although I do love Jade and I want to see Jade flourish.
And I think that's what's happening. It's like I think we're gonna see a different side of Jade. I think we're gonna see a different.
I want to see Jade the women's world champion.
That's gonna happen. That's gonna happen for sure.
I need to see, just like our ring post video, Rhea versus Jade. I want to see that. That's something that I want to see happen.
That might happen
because they're two powerhouses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, Bianca's a powerhouse, but she's not as big and scary. Not saying that Jade is scary, but she's up there with Rhea Ripley. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's what I want to see.
It might happen, to be honest with you, but
just not now.
I don't think it's gonna happen now, and I feel the reason why I say that is because they're gonna try something new with Jade, if anything, and I think they want to start having people talking about matches that like dream matches that Jade should have. I think Jade and Jordynne Grace at one point is gonna happen. Yeah. Like I
totally forgot about Jordynne Grace.
Like,
I forgot Jordynne Grace is in
NXT.
And
in the moment that she moves up to either Raw or SmackDown, wherever they are, to the flagship show, whatever it is, that.
Well, I mean, NXT is now a flagship show, so
like it's definitely a brand, but I feel like that might happen. But the other thing I wanted to bring up too: do you think Jade is going to show up at the Chamber and cost Bianca or Naomi a match?
I don't want to keep saying she's going to show up. I feel like the time that I say that she's not going to show up, she's going to show up.
Okay, so she won't show up.
So I'm going to say she's not going to show up.
Okay, so we're going to say that she's not going to show up.
I'm going to say she's not showing up because my heartstrings are being cut every single week.
He wants to see Jade
I've been waiting for her to come back out, you know, and not only because, like, she's pretty and all and stuff like that, but our first ring post video that blew up was Jade's video. Mm-hmm. And that means something. So, Jade, please, don't come at Elimination Chamber. Please do not come to the Elimination Chamber.
Listen, I had a prediction and I just threw it away. I'm gonna leave it at that. She won't show up. she I can't do it. She will. She won't. I don't know. I don't know. But Yeah, I think that storyline is still brewing up, and I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have that for a little bit.
Yeah,
We may even have it past WrestleMania.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think
so
they're
too.
just gonna cook it up. And future prediction, this is just a spitball in the dark. I see Jade Cargill being the women's Money in the Bank champion.
Really?
Not champion, but holding the briefcase.
Holding the briefcase. You know what? Yeah.
I see her.
I didn't even think of that.
I see her popping her with the briefcase in her hand, like you.
I didn't even think of that. I to be honest with you, the Money in the Bank thing, I didn't even think of the women's Money in the Bank because I was so focused on John Cena's Money in the Bank thing, and that idea. Oh wow, yeah, Jade might do that unless that's like Dakota's time to also get the Money in the Bank too. Maybe that's the build-up that Dakota needs.
Maybe that's the build-up she needs.
Maybe
to beat somebody like Jade.
What's today? What's today's date? Today's the 27th. Today's the 27th. On February 27th, 2025, we said that either Jade or Dakota's going to win Money in the Bank. And then when Money in the Bank happens, come back to this video.
Straight back here.
Back here, and we talked about it.
Because I made predictions for WrestleMania 40, and that video blew up.
Yeah.
And then, because a lot of those predictions were on point.
They were spot on.
Spot on.
And I think a lot of people do like that. It's like we can predict something, sure, but I think that's because we're fans.
Yeah.
And we can like see and try to decipher what's gonna happen.
I feel like it's not just us. It's a handful of like really deep fans.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's a handful of them that are able to predict these things because we're so invested.
Right.
You know, it's like we said, we don't just watch wrestling, we live it.
We live it.
For you.
Oh, for you. No, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And to be honest, like I'm happy to be on this journey with you with RINGPOST and everything, and I really appreciate everyone's support.
And vice versa, brother.
Yeah, man. Like everyone's support, trying to you know help us out and shout us out and everything like that. Like, to be honest with you, like we're having fun with this.
Oh yeah,
we're having super fun because it's just something that we like talking about, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I will say is that it's also creating that space where there's other wrestling fans that they can talk about this too.
Yeah.
And I think RINGPOST is definitely like that's the number one goal, is
Absolutely.
creating that community, and you know getting to talk about anything wrestling at this point.
Yeah,
well,
absolutely.
You know, but you know we really appreciate the support, guys, and I really hope to see more of that support as we continue this journey here. But yeah, do you have any other things you want to mention? You want to talk about?
No, and honestly, on that note, we can close this out.
Yep.
Actually, a little fun tidbit. If you guys want to see something, one of our early creations, look up Mortal Crunk Pads.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
But on that note, my name is Justin.
My name is Danny.
And we are RINGPOST. We'll see you next time. Like, follow, subscribe.
Yes.
Comment down below. All right?
Do your thing. Thank you guys. Later.